everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is the Contemporaryathon Round 6 wrap-up. In the beginning of last week, I thought I was going to fail Contemporaryathon, starting a new job, and didn't have very much time to read, but I did figure out a way to complete all 7 of the challenges. Granted, I did double up on three different challenges for one book, but yeah, I really thought I was going to fail. I wanted to vlog last week, and if you saw my weekly wrap-up from last week, you know that during the story time, I told you guys about the new work experience and stuff like that. So I'll just make this super quick. We're going to go over the books that I did read for the challenges and how they fit, and my sort of wrapped up thoughts, because all of these books are in last week's weekly wrap up that released on Sunday, and I'll make sure I link it in the cards and stuff like that at some point in this video. So, you know, it's just crazy. So for the challenge of read a book with green on the cover, read a new to me author, and read a diverse book, I read The Right Escape by Cherish Reed. And this book is written by a Black author. It has a Black female main character, and as you can see, it has green on the cover. I really enjoyed this book so much. It is about a literary editor that ends up finding out her fiance is cheating on her because he happens to get a text and she happens to pick up his phone while he's in the shower, and come to find out, this dum-dum doesn't lock his phone and is like, whatever. He is a straight up douchebag, and she could do so much better than him, and she does the right thing and breaks off their relationship. And instead of canceling her honeymoon in Ireland, she decides to go ahead and take it, even though he tried to put a little wrench in the pot, you know, to get her not to enjoy it or to come back home after she got there and stuff like that. Well, when she's there, she ends up meeting this literary professor, and he is a little stressed out because he's looking to get tenure and trying to get over his last relationship and all this kinds of stuff. And both of them end up going to this sleepy seaside town and keep running into each other by chance meeting. They run into each other at the store, and they see that they have an attraction for each other, or, you know, they find each other attractive, and then they get to the sleepy town in different vehicles and at different times, and then they meet at the bar that's in the sleepy town by accident, and, you know, find out that they have accommodations next door to each other. And it's just such a super fun, sweet, sexy little story that I was so here for it. And then it had some educational moments that were in there, because our, you know, professor is a literature professor, and he's for tenure, he's doing research and stuff like that, and there is some Irish history that goes into it, and some comparisons and connections that go along with African American history in the United States, and they discuss that a little bit, but it's not so overwhelming that it takes over the story. And I was here for this. I cannot wait to continue on reading from this author. She has another book out that I am really looking forward to getting to. I have an arc of that one. It has actually been released already. I believe it's called Hearts on Hold, and I'm looking forward to jumping into this book next. For my backlist book, sadly, this was not a hit for me, but I read Owned by M. Never, and this was such a disappointment. Such a very, just such a disappointment. It had like 37 chapters in this first book, and only about 5 of the chapters were any good. The first 2 were really engaging and intriguing and things like that to set up the story, and then it went to like straight porn. And that's the only way I can really describe it. It was just not good. Repetitive sex scenes that weren't very adventurous, and forced proximity within our main characters into the BDSM lifestyle in a very unhealthy way, and it's just not a good portrayal of the BDSM lifestyle in literature. And I was just like, enough of that. But then the last like 3 chapters dragged me back in, but it also gave me whiplash in thinking, you know, where did all this extra information come from, and why was it thrown in there? I think it should have been like intertwined into the story more, and I think I would have liked it better. It does intrigue me to know what happens afterwards, so I may read the second book in this series, but I'm not sure. I just really hope that it's not just another sex-filled book for book number 2. For my dark or hard hitting contemporary, I read Lost Girl by D. Garcia. This is the second book in the Rosewood Realm series, and the first book is part of the Sinister Fairy Tales collection. It's a retelling of Peter Pan, and I was so looking forward to this book, Lost Girl, because I read the other one and I wanted to know about what happened with Wendy. So Wendy ends up getting kidnapped and brought back to the Rosewood Realm, and then you have Travi, who is the alpha wolf in the realm, and he is struggling with his family dynamic of possibly becoming chief, but he's also the alpha wolf, and you know, you get to see how they connect and how they intertwine and how things happen, and I was just here for it. It is a very dark because it deals with miscarriages and some other women's choice issues. It has murder and kidnapping and torture, and yeah. But it's so much fun. It was so much fun. Even with all that hard-hitting, dark stuff, I was totally intrigued by this story, and I look forward to book number 3 as well. For my illustrated cover, I read Would Like to Meet by Rachel Winters, and surprisingly, I really enjoyed this story. I thought it was so much fun. I liked the premise of it. I got it as an arc, and I liked the premise of it in the beginning anyways, which is why I, requested it. And this is all about this woman that has been an assistant in the film industry for a long time, and she wants to step up her game, and she wants to become an agent and really sort of get her footing in there in that film industry. And she has to babysit this writer that has writer's block, and he's now been pitched to write a rom-com and screenplay, and in turn he's resisting against her, but she's like, I'll make you a deal. If I go out and, do some research for you, I'll send you some notes and things like that, and we will work together so that we can get your writer's block, get that taken care of. So it revolves around a lot of romantic comedies that are out in movies that are known, that are real movies, and I really enjoyed it. It does end up trying to sort of be a love triangle, and I wanted to DNF it at some points because the formatting was a little strange. It was set up almost like a screenplay, but then it got into like the dialogue and got into the story and stuff like that, and you kind of forgot that beginning of the chapter was sort of the setup of how the lighting was, or how the room was, or this person's doing this and this person doing that. So even though the chapter beginnings were very off-putting and jarring, the rest of the story really kept me engaged, and I just wanted to know more. I wanted to know who our main female character ended up with in the end, and it just kept me really engaged to the ending, and I really ended up enjoying it. And then the final challenge for Contemporaryathon was to shout out somebody from the book community, and for that I read Don't Let Me Go by Tegan Hunter. This is slice number 3. I did receive an arc of this, but come to find out, Shelby from Shelby Taggart Reads, I believe that's right, she really enjoyed this book, and I really enjoyed this book, so I want to shout her out. She has a great channel. We've been doing more bookish friends type stuff and collaborations and things like that, so definitely go check out her channel. I will leave her link down in the description box. If you are looking for similar books that I read but different at the same time, definitely go check out her channel. She's a wealth of knowledge as well. Alrighty, so that is the Contemporaryathon wrap up. Did you participate? Let me know down in the comment section if you did vlogs, or, you know, what was your favorite book, or what favorite category did you end up doing? Did you double up or triple up or anything like that? Let me know down in the comment section. Let's discuss some of the books and stuff like that. Were there any books that I just talked about that are interesting to you that maybe you'll try and pick up later on this year? All that good jazz. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form and all my social information, Ko-fi page, and things like that in the description box. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys later.